Y'all, hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy Monday, y'all. I felt like Friday came so fast, but Monday came super fast, y'all. So good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. I just literally snatched my hair bonnet off and jumped on. I'm struggling this morning. My belly hurts this morning, y'all. I had a very interesting weekend. Good morning, man of God. Good morning. I didn't jump on YouTube this morning because my stomach was upset this morning. It still is a little upset, but I'm hanging in there. So in meantime, between time, let me give you all the positive vibes while I'm still getting my shit together. All right. Because you know what I say is gonna be a what?
Really gonna rise the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. So flow, you grow, you show yourself the foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, really gonna rise the sun. Get some good, some more in you. Girl, I got what you wanna be. Step forward. Everybody just do your thing.
Hey, today is going to be a good day, y'all. Come on in, come on in. It is Monday, and I have so much work to do today at work. Right. You know, I thought about my job all weekend, and I tried not to think about my job all weekend because, you know, sometimes you just got so much work, you can't shake it. And so it was on my mind this weekend, but I had an interesting weekend, y'all. How about y'all weekend? Hey, good morning, CDP. Good morning. How about your weekend? This weekend was a combination of things for me. This weekend was self-care weekend, right? That meant that I got my nails and my feet done. You know, my nail tech comes here every 2 or 3 weeks. She comes to my house. She does my nails and she does my feet. I can't complain. Okay, yesterday was a good service. I got special foot care service yesterday. So I was excited about that. So my feet are actually smiling this morning. Good morning, protagonist. I see. Listen to this. Protagonist is working out. but he's got his headphones on. How about that? Protagonist is serious. Let me tell you, when Protagonist came in 2023, not fucking around. Okay? I see Protagonist. I see your videos out there. You are doing it. All right? AKA Kev SD. I love it. Keep it up. Right? Inspire the rest of us. As for me and my bike, I have not been on my bike since I've been back from New Orleans for many of reasons. One, my back went out and I couldn't pedal. The right leg just, that sciatica nerve pain that goes down your lower back through your ass, down your leg. So I couldn't pedal. So I didn't get to do my bike, but that's all right. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to get right back on it today and pick my routine back up. Sometimes you got to give yourself a break. Good morning, the general. But this weekend for me was a self-care weekend, right? I always, it's funny because my nail tech is like, oh my God. All right, I will, the general. Allie Love. Okay. I love it. All right. I will. Thank you for that. My nail tech said to me, she was like, you know what, Robin? You don't mess around with self-care. No, I don't. That shit is in my budget. Okay. I go and I get a 90-minute massage every month, right? My membership, I go to Massage Envy. I don't go anywhere fancy, but it's not about the place that you go, right? It's about finding the masseuse that suits you. And I found him, Bruce. I promise you, if Bruce ever leaves Massage Envy and he goes somewhere else, I'm following his ass because I love Bruce. Okay. And so my membership with Massage Envy gives me an hour massage, but I upgraded to 30 minutes every month. I upgraded an additional 30 minutes every month and I get a 90-minute massage. Good morning, Mika Norris. Because listen, you got to show yourself self-love, right? So this particular weekend, I did my massage, I did my nails and my feet, and so that was my self-care. But I also had a little bit of a stressful weekend this weekend, y'all. All right. Trauma is funny. Not funny like a ha-ha, funny like a weird, right? Y'all been following me for some time. Look, my hair is all over the place. My hair is in this headset and it's bothering me. I keep trying to pull it out. You guys have been following me for a really long time. So a lot of you know what occurred in 2018 when I had, good morning, Angel, when I had a hysterectomy, right? And so some of y'all know this story. It was a very traumatic experience for me. It was a hysterectomy that went wrong. Got the hysterectomy. What initially was supposed to be an outpatient treatment turned into an inpatient treatment. And they kept me in the hospital overnight. And when they sent me home, even though I kept complaining about pain in my right side, they sent me home anyway. So I was home a whole week with this pain in my right side, y'all. I'm telling y'all this because this is something that I'm going through right now. Pain in my right side. And when I went back for my post-op, I was in excruciating pain. They sent me to the emergency room. Okay. Oh my God, Georgie. Oh my God. Okay, I got you. They sent me to the emergency room. Long story short, right? Ultimately, what was found on the ultrasound that they did was that my urethra was disconnected from my bladder. Okay. I was sent home a whole week in that condition and didn't know. While I was home that week, I did have a lot of sweating. My teeth were chattering, like you can hear them chatter because I was freezing. I was hot. I was sweating. My kidney was full of piss. It had nowhere to go. So all the sweating and the freezing and stuff I was doing was the kidney trying to release the waste, right? And so it was seeping through my skin. I didn't know my kidney was full of piss until fast forward, I ended up in this emergency situation with this ultrasound at the hospital. Okay. When they found out that I peed, no, Georgie, because the other kidney was functioning, right? My intake of water was not equaling the output. So one of my kidneys was still functioning. So I was releasing some urine, but very little urine, right? The other kidney was completely sealed off. And so when I went to the emergency room, that ultimately led into 3 additional surgeries. Okay, this is something that happened to me in 2018. I didn't know if I was going to make it, y'all. Okay. I woke up, they carted me in the emergency room, tried to put a stent in my kidney. It didn't go. They woke me up out of anesthesia, told me I had to go back into the OR to get a kidney bag put on my back, and I would have to go home with a kidney bag, right? So they cut a hole in my back, put a kidney bag on my back to release the urine from the kidney, right? They claim I had to go home and let that heal for 8 weeks. I cried, y'all. I was depressed because I came for a hysterectomy. What happened? Right? And so I laid in that bed depressed, and this man came into the room that night at 10:30. And I have to tell y'all this because I'm going through this right now, right? I have to relive this experience at this part in my life. This man, Dr. George Zimmerman, I'll never forget, walked into my room at 10:30 at night. We were having warnings of a snowstorm. Okay, which ultimately did happen, y'all. Snowstorm. I was in St. Clair's Hospital in Morristown, New Jersey. And this man walked into my hospital room and said, "I am Dr. Zimmerman. I am head of the urology department of this hospital and head of robotics of this hospital. And your doctor called me and told me that something happened. There was an issue. There was an error. There was a mistake." He said he read my file. I was healthy. There was no way that I should go home with this kidney bag on my back for 8 weeks. Okay? That all I needed to do was say yes and he would fix me. Baby, I didn't know what fix me meant. All I knew was I didn't want this bag on me. All I knew was I was laying there in a flood of confusion as to why I'm even here in this situation. I said yes. This man said the OR is already scheduled. We will be picking you up at 10 in the morning. That man fixed me, right? He fixed me. But now I'm walking around with a repaired kidney, right? Had 2 or 3 kidney infections so far. Never had a kidney infection before this surgery, okay? Can't hold my pee. There's a lot of things that happen because of this surgery, right? And so the reason why I'm recanting this story right now is because I had to relive it yesterday. Well, no, Saturday, okay? Yeah, I had to relive this story because it's an ongoing case that's being addressed. And so, I just want to say, y'all, that, trauma is funny because, weird funny, because reliving this, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Because reliving this touches so many emotions for me. Okay. And so I just ask for y'all prayers as I continue to relive this moment in 2018. Okay. We put our trust in these doctors. We don't know if that doctor was the weed head. We don't know if he was the one that paid people to take his test. We don't know. And if you tell me to research my doctors, I always research my doctors. This doctor, good morning, Pat. This doctor is rated 5 stars. What I did find out is doctors pay services to keep their ratings high, to bury their malpractice suits. All right. So people, be careful out there. All right. You know, there's a series called Dr. Death that I tried to watch. I couldn't even watch it. I got into the third episode. This doctor was literally butchering people, and he was hopping from hospital to hospital to hospital. It's a true story. He was doing these back surgeries on people and fucking them up, paralyzing them, killing them. We have to be careful. And so that whole experience, what happened to me, changed my life, right? I know that you guys see that I'm out and I'm active, but it takes a lot of thought in me going out. I always have to make sure that, and I'm sharing this with y'all because I share my life, I'm transparent for the most part, right? I always have to make sure that there's a bathroom there. You know, I'm always concerned whether I'm going to make it to the city in time on the bus. If I'm not, as soon as I get off the bus going into the city, right, I go to the bathroom, even if I don't know if I have to. It's a paranoia. It's something that I live with on a daily basis because I can't hold my pee. So I'm always afraid, right? So when things happen in your life, it affects you. And I'm very active, right? I'm into my health, I'm into my fitness. And yet, this doctor, to me, altered the way I do things in my life in this very day. And so I wanted to share that with y'all because it's very traumatic for me. It's emotional. It piques my anxieties. And that's where I was at this weekend. My head was a little bit fucked up this weekend, but we'll make it through. And I'm grateful for you guys for listening to me. Hey, Madison. Hey, Shondate. Hillbilly, right? I mean, malpractice lawsuits are very hard, right? Because, they cost a lot of money and they take a lot of time. Good morning, Cheryl. They take a lot of time, right? I got time, right? And I don't necessarily have the money, but I got time. Because in situations like these, some people might go for the money in situations like these. But my concern is how many other women have to suffer at the hands of this careless doctor, right? How many? And for the rest of my life, right? I have to monitor one ovary that remains in me after I sign paperwork to have both ovaries removed, because once you get a hysterectomy, educational moment for those that don't know, right? You no longer have a cervix. So you don't, when if you go to the GYN, when you go to the GYN, there's nothing to swab, right? When you open up your legs and they take that long Q-tip shit and they're swabbing your cervix to check for cervical cancer, to check for these types of things, right? Well, because I don't have a cervix, I don't get swabbed. So how can they monitor the ovary that the doctor left in me? They can't. The only way, well, they can, but it's going to be extra services, ultrasounds, MRIs, those type of things, right? Which cost extra money, okay? And so my life is altered forever. Imagine that. That's the one thing that really messes me up, because I'm like, you went in for a simple procedure and you come out fucked up. Be careful, y'all. Mishi Boo say, yes, I missed the window to sue MSKCC for the first surgery, but God takes care. Wow, Mishi Boo. I'm sorry to hear that you had a complicated surgery. People, listen, whether you decide to sue your doctor or not, it took me a year to decide to follow up with legal costs because I was traumatized and I didn't want to relive it. You know, these people, these freaking people, they butcher you, and you gotta prove that you were butchered. The proof is in the pudding. You know, I'm dead. You said you swear yours has floated to your right hip. Your ovary, Shonda Tay. Oh my God. Well, anyway, y'all, hey, Evans, the confidence coach. Thank you for listening, because I'm going to tell y'all no lie. The next couple of weeks for me is going to be hard. The rest of this month is going to be hard. I got a series of things that I got to deal with as it relates to the story that I just told you. And so pray for me and my strength, because, you know, I didn't realize that I was still freshly traumatized until I had to have this conversation on Saturday. Okay? All right. And so let's see what the hell is going on out here in Coffee with Friends land. Hillbilly said, drove to Indy, birthday dinner, funeral, family dinner, escape room, drove home. You know, Hillbilly, I'm still trying to go to the escape room. My friends be whack. My friends be whack, yo. I want to go to the escape room, and I want to go to the VR room and shoot up some fucking zombies. Like, that's what I want to do. Now let's get into Georgie. Good morning, Theo, because Georgie is about to, Georgie said, Friday, my kid turned Mike Tyson and got suspended from school. Apparently, a group of kids been fucking around with her, and one found out. The girl's cousin jumped in. This may not be over. She didn't look like she got jumped when she got home. You know, I used to get jumped in school, right? And my mother used to say, grab just one. Fuck that one up. Okay? She used to tell me, take the box cutter. Start fucking swinging. Cut a bitch. Listen, we grew up in the hood. All right? And I ended up in the junior high school because we moved, and I ended up in the junior high school away from all of my other friends. So I was like this new kid in that junior high school because everybody else kind of came from elementary school together. And I was like this new, injection in the school. They didn't know me. They had no history with me. So I got called bald-headed bitches and all kind of shit. And, nappy-headed bitches. And, it's so funny because now we running around here with our nappy heads laughing and smiling and shit. But when I was in junior high school, they be like, you nappy-headed bitch. Because I didn't get a permit until I was 19. Right? And I was like, wow, I got to go to school and be the nappy-headed bitch. Yeah, I fought a lot. I got suspended. But let me tell you something. The one thing my mother did not do is she never beat me for fighting. I never got punished. I don't remember a day of getting punished for fighting because I was a good student and I wasn't a fighter. So if I fought, that meant somebody fucked with me. Okay? So Georgie, even though this might not be over, they jumping her. Listen, I hope nobody gets hurt. Because seriously, these kids these days, fighting is different. Okay? Angel, you said you in your 40s and you never been in a damn fight? What? Oh my God. The general said we got to escape the trap here in Nashville that T.I. opened up here. I love that. Escape the trap. I love that. Wait, Hillbilly said, we say I can't stop you from jumping, but I can make you not want to. Oh! I know that shit is right. I'm going to read the positive thought, right? Or, let me put the guest link up here. I got to pee, y'all. See, this is what I'm talking about. Can I hold my pee? I just peed before I came on here. Sometimes I'll be fighting for my life while I'm on this show because I got to pee, but I can't hold it, so I got to go. I'll be right back, y'all. But I'm gonna read the positive thought. Somebody want to jump on the camera while I run to the ladies' room? Or, you know what? I'm going to read the positive thought first, all right? And then y'all can comment on the positive thought while I go to the bathroom. The fuck? All right. March 20th, and that's the point, Georgie. That's how I was, okay? Oh, you just posted it. It's good. Okay, I'm going to read it real quick. March 20th. I open my heart and mind to be aware. Good morning, Chef You. When I'm listening to myself, I cannot hear other people. I know Evans, the confidence coach. Please pray for me. Okay. I open my heart and mind to be aware. When I am listening to myself, I cannot hear other people. Wow, what does this mean? We are taught the communication is a two-way process. Consequently, we are not aware that there are three essential elements. There is talking, there is listening, and there is hearing. We talk a great deal because we have much to say. In fact, we talk so much, we often miss the point someone else is trying to make. When we are listening, what we hear gets filtered through. The same. We do talk and we can listen. What challenges most of us is learning how to hear. Your perception is not my perception. Okay? If you really want to hear someone when they trust you enough to talk to you, don't listen to the words. Hear how the words are spoken. All too often, we cannot hear the words because we come to the conversation with our own ideas about who people are. At the same time, we are determined not to let them see who we are. In order for effective and valued communication to occur, you must believe that you are safe, and you must offer that same safety to the other person. If you want to communicate with another person, you must hear their fear and not dismiss it. I hate being dismissed, period. You must hear a person's pain and not overlook it. It is important to hear a person's guilt and not buy into it. You must be ready to hear a person's anger and not fuel it. Most people need to know that they have been heard. Listen to their body. Listen to their eyes. Listen to the colors they are wearing, the way they touch their hair. Listen to the volume. Listen to the tempo. If you really want to hear someone, open your heart and listen to their soul. Until today, you may not have been able to hear what people are saying to you. Just for today, close your eyes when you are in a conversation. Hear every word that is spoken through the center of your heart. Woo! Today, I am devoted to being engaged in effective and valuable communication. What do y'all think about that? Damn, Georgie in that bus again. What do y'all think about that? How many of y'all out there think you are good at hearing? We talk a lot. People talk. And I have been in conversations where I've said things and I know the person didn't hear me, right? A lot of times we show up to conversations anticipating what the next person is going to say or anticipating what they're going to say based on who you think they are, right? And so we think we're listening, but we're not. How many conversations have you been in where you were like, what? Did you hear what I said? Are you listening to me? And they'll be like, I heard you. And they hang on like one or two words that you said, and you're like, that's not the premise of what I said or why I said what I said, right? It's nothing more frustrating than having a conversation with someone who does not hear you. It says there are 3 elements in communication. Listening, talking is 1, listening is 2, and hearing is the 3rd. How many of y'all enter conversations without hearing? That is my question. I'm going to the ladies' room. That is my question. Okay? Oh, wait a minute. You need me to read that again, Johnny? Because listen, how many times have you guys been in a conversation and people have not heard what you said? Oh, good luck, the general. The general said he's going to get his resume together. He's going to be in Atlanta at the Black Sports Business Symposium. I love that. The general also said a word today. Communication rules the nation. Be an effective listener and not only listen, but hear, right? Listen, and that's the best thing for a conversation. And also approach convos with tact too, right? But also, did you hear what they said? Listen to the person's pain. Listen to how the person is delivering the message. Sometimes there's so much more, in a conversation beyond the words, right? It's a lot of things. Communication is verbal and nonverbal, right? And hearing. How many of you have trouble hearing in a conversation? Okay, ooh, there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh said, I have short-term memory loss, so I have to sometimes ask to repeat. Nothing wrong with that. Yep, the general says sometimes we enter convos without having active listening turned on. Let me go up here. Georgie's daughter, 4.3. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Woo, we almost missed the bus. It's 37 degrees outside, and this damn Toyota needed... Oh, yeah, it's cold everywhere, y'all. Good morning, Jacinta. Theo, can you post the reading in Discord? I catch half of it. You caught half of it? Y'all need me to read this again? Okay, let me read this again real quick because y'all only catching half of it. March 20th, I open my heart and mind to be aware when I am listening to myself, I cannot hear other people. We are taught that communication is a two-way process. Consequently, we are not aware that there are 3 essential elements. There is talking, there is listening, there is hearing. We talk a great deal because we have much to say. In fact, we talk so much we often miss the point someone else is trying to make. Our talk about our past experience is loaded with perceptions and judgments. When we are listening, what we hear gets filtered through the same. We do talk and we can listen. What challenges most of us is learning how to hear. If you really want to hear someone when they trust you enough to talk to you, don't listen to the words. Hear how the words are spoken. All too often, we cannot hear the words because we come to the conversation with our own ideas about who people are. At the same time, we are determined not to let them see who we are. In order for effective and valued communication to occur, you must believe that you are safe and you must offer the same energy to the other person. If you want to communicate with another person, you must hear their fear and not dismiss it. You must hear a person's pain and not overlook it. It is important to hear a person's guilt and not buy into it. You must be ready to hear a person's anger and not fuel it. Most people need to know that they have been heard. Listen to their body. Listen to their eyes. Listen to the colors they are wearing, the way they touch their hair, listen to the volume. Listen to the tempo. If you really want to hear someone, open your heart and listen to their soul. Until today, you may not have been able to hear what people are saying to you. Just for today, close your eyes when you are in a conversation. Hear every word that is spoken through the center of your heart. Your perception is not my perception. I posted a video the other day on IG about that. You know, when you come to somebody and you're expressing yourself and you're talking to them and they're looking at you, you think they hear you. They heard the words that are coming out of your mouth, but they didn't really hear you, right? And it turns into like this back and forth argument, and it winds up could turn into like judgment or his perception versus your perception, and the whole meat of the reason why you were communicating what you were communicating got lost. Has that ever happened to y'all? Good morning, my beauty. It happened to me. Okay. Hillbilly said, it depends on if empathy is low or high. Even good listeners get worn down from time to time. That's true. And we've talked about that before. Yeah, that's true. Tor in the AMC said, I'm already partially deaf in my left ear, so I have trouble hearing off top. Okay. Wow. So we got to stand on the right side when we talk to you, right? I'm just saying. You know what? It's cold everywhere. Like my mother literally had on a big, like furry, like bathrobe. And I'm like, Ma, you being ridiculous. You're exaggerating. You're in Florida. She was like, Robin, it's cold here. And I was like, come on now. I looked up the weather. It was 52 degrees in Florida. It's cold everywhere. What is going on with this weather? You know, we in March, y'all. March is a funny month. April too. Let's just get through it, okay? Oh, thank you, Zen. I forget Zen post sometimes too. The positive thought of the day. Georgie said, I'm bad at hearing. If I don't give you my undivided attention, it's hard enough for me to get my brain to stop distracting me. Well, you know what? That's something that you can at least admit. It's hard for you to hear. You know, it's not only about hearing, right? It's also how we respond to things, right? And again, I posted a video where this young woman is talking about your perception is not my perception, right? You know, perfect example. When you're talking to somebody, this is a perfect example. I've had these conversations within these past year or two with folks, right? When somebody comes to you and tells you that they hurt you, you hurt them, right? When you tell somebody you hurt them, how many times have you told somebody that you hurt them, right? And they be like, oh, whatever. You know, they act like it's no big deal, or they act like you shouldn't be hurt by whatever it is you said hurt you. How many of you guys have experienced that? That's a great question. Are they going to admit that? That's a great question, right? Zen said, morning, how many of y'all listen to respond but not listen to understand? Or how many of y'all try to give your perception to what that person is going through? Like, you know, the one thing that irritates my soul is when someone downplays something that hurt me, right? You know, when somebody says something to me and it hurts me and I say to them, that shit hurt. Like, why would you say some stupid shit like that? And they come across and be like, what? That hurt you? Are you serious? People say that to me all the time. I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't care what people say to you all the time. I'm not you, right? Or when somebody tells you something shouldn't hurt you as much as it does, right? No matter how many times you explain to them why it hurts you, that's because they're not hearing you. They're coming to the table with their perception and who they think you are, right? They're coming to you and responding in ways that they might handle a situation. They're not hearing you. They're not hearing you. Nothing makes my ass itch more than a person that tries to tell you how to feel based on what you expressed. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm raising my hand to Roy's questions, not Zen's. I have had people tell me how I should feel. That part. I've had people tell me too. Things like I've gone through some changes in the last couple of years, right? On top of dealing with the trauma of that surgeries, right? And people have hurt me, right? Because I try to show up for myself, but I can't always show up for them and me, right? And so I show up for myself, and people have hurt me because they misunderstood my intentions, right? And so when I say, or when I talk about how this makes me feel, some people brush it off. I have been brushed off. I have been dismissed. It's nothing worse than dismissing someone's feelings, right? Not acknowledging someone's feelings. If someone reaches out to you and expresses something that they feel and you don't acknowledge it, dismiss it, or you tell them how they should feel, it's wrong, right? Effective communication has 3 elements: talking, listening, and hearing. And you know what? Before I read the book, I was like, oh, listen and talk. But that hearing shit is deep because a lot of motherfuckers talk. I hear a lot of people talk, right? But I don't always hear exactly what they are saying. I'll be like, what? They just talking and they sound like womp, 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 Charlie Brown, right? But we have to engage all 3: talk, listen, and hear. What happens when someone tells you how you're supposed to feel? Example, I remember when I got cheated on my first marriage. The fuck? It ain't the, or even I can even use my 20-year relationship, right? And the one thing that used to irritate me was motherfuckers want to say sorry that they cheated, right? They're not sorry while they're cheating. They're only sorry because you caught their ass and now they got to deal with all that comes with it, right? And so when they say sorry and y'all work through it or whatever the case may be, the one thing that irritated the shit out of me is he wanted me to get over the fact that he cheated on me like this. Like, okay, I said sorry. The fuck? You said sorry, but now I'm dealing with a trauma. Now I got to unpack this shit. Now I got trust issues. Now I got all this shit that I'm carrying because you cheated, right? And you turn around and you tell me, oh my God, I said sorry. Get over it. How long are you going to feel this way? How long must I endure you feeling bad about the fact that I cheated? It's not for you to determine my timeline. It's not for you to determine when my healing should cease. It's not for you to determine when I should stop hurting from the hurt that you caused. Your perception is not my perception. Your reality is not my reality, right? It's not effective communication when someone tells you get over it. That's not effective communication. That means that they didn't hear your pain and they don't want to hear it. They just want you to shut the fuck up. Georgie said, I think I have a problem with listening to respond, but I'm learning that everyone doesn't want a response, cure, fix. They just want to talk and be heard. I'm learning too, Georgie. As long as we're learning, right? And we're implementing these lessons. That's the important thing. None of us are perfect, even though some people walk around and they try to act like they are. But as long as we're learning, I'm learning too. I don't always implement hearing. I'm being honest. Johnny said, I think people listen to what they want to listen to and make a whole argument off of the 10% of what they heard before they shut down, waiting their turn to respond. That part. That part. You know, one of the key things I remember when I took a deposition for my car accident, some years ago, right? One of the things that my attorney said to me was, as hard as it is to want to say more, don't. As hard as it is to want to respond before the defense team finishes asking their question, because human nature, sometimes pushes us to respond because we think we know what the person is going to say, right? He said, don't, right? Let them ask the question. Be patient. Let them get it all the fuck out. And then you answer. Right? And when he said that to me, I said, well, why can't we all be the fuck like that? Why does it only have to happen during depositions? Like, why can you train yourself to be good for a deposition, but when you sitting down with your friends or your significant other, your co-workers or whatever, you can't listen. You can't implement hearing. Johnny said, I think people listen to what they want to Oh, I read that already. Pat said, and I had that experience, Johnny. I had that. But Zen's question is, how many of y'all listen to respond, but not listen to understand? How many of y'all can admit that? I'm going to raise my hand because I'm not a perfect human being. Zen asks, how many of y'all listen to respond, but not listen to understand? Not all the time. But I'm here to say, baby, I have popped the fuck off before hearing the whole shit. I'm learning. Good morning, Lola. I'm learning, right? And accountability, as long as you admit you're learning, that's that accountability. That's growth. That's growing. But when you got motherfuckers that be like, I don't want to hear what you got to say because I know what you got to say and I don't even want to hear it, or you shouldn't feel this way, you should feel this way, or if it was me, it's not you. And stop telling people how to feel about situations. Stop telling people how long to feel about situations. Stop telling people, to get over shit. Your perception is not my perception. You don't get to decide. If you hurt me, you don't get to decide how I deal with that pain. If you hurt me and I want to discuss it, it is selfish on your part to dismiss the next person, to not hear, to not be available, to listen if you care. Why do you think people tell you how to feel. Why do you think people do that, y'all? Good morning, fancy pansies. Why do you think people are comfortable telling other people how to feel? Where do we think that comes from? Pat said, talking, hearing, and listening, and most important is feeling it. I do all four. This is a skill where you step outside of yourself and into the next person's shoes. Most people are preoccupied with themselves. True. I mean, that's understandable, right? Because people got life. Life be lifing. So I get that a lot of people are preoccupied with themselves. But if you don't have the brain capacity to listen to someone, it would almost be better to say, I don't have the mental capacities for this right now. Can we talk about this tomorrow? Right, Lola. The accountability is a hard one. It is. And we all need it. We all need to be accountable for our actions. Georgie said, yeah, I can't deal with someone after they cheat on me. I would swear they fucking on me thinking about the other person they slept with. Then how all of a sudden am I enough for you when you cheat? Well, this is all the stuff that be sitting on a person's mind when they ultimately stay, right? A lot of shit was going through my mind. And the thing is that, in my experience, because I can't say for all men, right? I'll never put it on a whole population of people. But in my experience, motherfuckers just want to say sorry and they want you to get over it. And then they don't want to help you heal through it. He cheated on me, right? And just wanted me to get over it. He didn't do anything to help me get over it emotionally. He just wanted me to snap the fuck out of it. How? How am I going to do that? This is why it's important in communication to hear. Because obviously he didn't hear the depth of the hurt that he put on me. Because if he did, if he heard it in my voice, if he saw it in my face, if he saw it in my eyes when I expressed how I felt about his infidelity, then he wouldn't have treated me as if just get over it. That's a pure sign that a person is not hearing you. They're not seeing you. You don't have a right to put a time frame on my feelings. Cheryl Lee said, sorry is never sorry without contritions, accountability, and responsibility. That part, right? Why do we think people tell us how to feel? Why do we think people do that? Opinions, right? Because we don't really know, right? But why do we think people do that? Cheryl Lee said, Theo said, I struggle with hearing some members of my family because of how they have communicated with me in the past. You don't trust them. You don't trust them. That's what that sounds like to me. And based on how they showed up for you in the past. I understand that. And this is why I say for me, my relationships today are so important, because if I have a relationship with you, friend, significant other, whatever, sibling, parent, at this point in my life, right? If you do something to me that hurt me, right? And you, through your perception on me, by determining how I should feel about a situation, or you felt like you didn't care enough to talk through the situation, resolve it, see how I was feeling, unpack these feelings and emotions, I don't trust you. That's where I'm at today. I used to swallow a lot of crow, but I don't trust people like that anymore, right? I don't. And so, Theo, I get it. Theo said, I am learning how to listen, recognizing that their perception of who I am is their reality, not mine. Wow. Their perception of who I am is their reality, not mine. Wow. How many of y'all believe that? Because that shit is true, y'all. That shit is true. Johnny said people who cheat need to understand that if you still want to be in that relationship, privacy is no longer a thing. Being offended because the person is not over it is not a thing. And whatever hoops you, helps you. Oh, hoops you have to jump through to rebuild trust is a reasonable request that you should be grateful for, that you get a second opportunity to try to make things right. Johnny, say that for the motherfuckers in the back that are not hearing. Say it for the people that are not hearing, please, because that's how I felt, Johnny. Good morning, So Blessed. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like you cheated on me. Why are you making me feel bad? Because I'm bringing it up because I'm trying to heal through it. You don't even want to help me heal. You just want to be able to say, I'm sorry, and go on about your business, and that's it. And you want me to be able to get over it. And now you put the demise of the relationship on me because I can't get over something. So now it becomes, oh my God, I'm leaving because you can't get the fuck over it. Okay, bye, motherfucker, bye. Right? Because we don't hear. Why do people try to tell you how to feel? Where do you think that comes from? Georgie said it's crazy because no one teaches you to hear. Growing up, your parents barely listen to you talk. And when they talk, they are expecting a response generally, and you carry these learned behaviors out. That part. That part. And this is everything that I always say on this show. What do we always say? Shit that we learned growing up, toxic shit. Toxic ways of being, right? That have become normal behaviors. So as Georgie said, were you taught to hear? The fuck? But you can learn now. Georgie also said telling people how to feel may start from fix your face. What are you crying for? I'll give you something to cry for. In other little shitty ways, parents invalidate their children's feelings. Y'all. I love that response, Georgie. It didn't wake up. We didn't wake up and it started. This started from way before. We were conditioned, right? Things we need to unlearn. Things we need to unlearn. Fix your face. What are you crying for? Stop crying. Oh my God. Tora in the AFC South said, people tell you how to feel because they don't want to address here. This is another one. Yes, AFC. Y'all showing up today. AFC said, people tell you how to feel because they don't want to address or deal with what you're feeling. Because we as a country and world are more selfish now. People don't want to deal with what you're saying. They don't want to hear it. Some people don't want to carry it. Right? And this is why if you are overwhelmed with a bunch of fucking feelings, go to therapy. Because you don't got to worry about being dismissed from your therapist. You ain't got to worry about your therapist telling you to get the fuck over it. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Protagonist. Protagonist is acting up over here, y'all. Protagonist said, yes, y'all. If y'all are on IG watching me, give me the hearts. If y'all are on YouTube, give me the thumbs up. I got 15 eyes on YouTube and eight thumbs. We need 7 more thumbs, y'all. Come on with the thumbs. The thumbs matter. The thumbs matter. Protagonist over here acting up, y'all. Protagonist says, I'm a cheat moving forward. I ain't never gonna be left lonely again. You're still healing. You are still healing. You won't be lonely, protagonist. Just keep working on yourself. Okay? AFC said, if neither of you can work through the cheating, then there is no relationship anymore. Just saying. Facts. Right. And so ultimately what happens in a situation like that, AFC South, you're right. If the guy is going to come across at me as to say, get over it, he's got a pack. You getting the fuck out. Or I'm leaving. Right? I give choices. I could leave, you could leave. Don't matter to me, but I ain't staying. You're not going to tell me to get over some shit. And see, this is why motherfuckers, they used to call me sneakers. And they used to be like, oh my God, you leave a relationship. The fuck? Don't tell me to get over shit. If you do something to hurt me, nah. I need to go through it the way I need to go through it. Now, I'm not one of those people that drag shit out for years, right? But I also have never been in a situation where a man has cheated on me and he allowed me to heal through it, right? Normally, I just leave because after a while, it's, oh my God, you still talking about it? It'll only be 2 months later. And I'm like, motherfucker, yeah, you were fucking for about 6 months with this bitch. And you want me to get over it in a month, in 3 weeks, in 2 weeks? The fuck? Who are you to tell somebody else how to feel? Your perception is not mine. Your reality is not mine. Angel said, in my experience, the actual act of sex outside the relationship didn't hurt as much as the deception. Yeah. Whatever part hurt. Is it ever really about the physical sex that hurts? Normally it is the deception. Georgie said, I'm sure he saw all of that. He just didn't want to deal with the accountability and wanted to emotionally bully you into letting it go. But not only your significant others do that, your friends do it too. You ever have a conversation with your girlfriend and they just be like, you still feel hurt about that? Get over it. And you're like, what? Pat said cheetah in capital letters with exclamation marks. Take it to your grave. If I find out you are history. Some people are like that. They will not forgive you. That's a trust that is broken, that is hard to get back. That's how we develop trust issues. One way. Angel said, if I get cheated on again, there will be scorched earth. I'll heal in hell, baby. I ain't mad at you. Because I'm like, at this point, I'm with you, Angel. I'm Let a 50-year-old motherfucker cheat on me. Because I'm like, where the fuck you going? Okay? Your ass about to collect Social Security and you still out here fucking trying to sling some shit. Sit the fuck down. You should have did all of that shit in your 20s and your 30s. Let my man in his 50s act the fuck up. We're gonna be senior citizens fighting. The fuck? I'm with you, Angel. Shit. Georgie said for me that the act of sex outside of the relationship is a blatant disregard for my health. I would rather be lied to about a myriad of things than unknowingly be exposed to AIDS, herpes, and other diseases. That part. Let me start scratching my woo-ha. I'm gonna need commissary, y'all, cause I don't want to have. I'm gonna need commissary. AFC said there will be no scorched earth if I'm cheated on. There will be silence and turn of a key. That key would be me locking the door and leaving, never to return. Ooh, y'all be serious about this. I don't blame you. Those are your boundaries. That's what you got in place. I ain't mad at you for that. Georgie said, if I was out thotting, I definitely wouldn't be giving head. But in a relationship, you just throwing it in my mouth like it's safe. But little do you know, it's been in strangers' herpes butthole. The fuck? That's it. I'm done. That is it. Kiss the boys, aka Georgie. Goodbye. Georgie, you always gotta take it there. I can't with you. Seriously. You said you wouldn't be giving head, but they just be throwing it in your mouth right now. So if they out there, you got a herpes dick in your mouth because the herpes dick been in somebody's butthole. I'm dead. Georgie, bye. Come and get her, y'all. Come and get her ass. I can't with her. Angel said at Torrin, the AFC South, I'm way too open and understanding and tolerant for a ninja to be dishonest. So scorched earth for me. I'm hurting somebody, something close to you. Ooh, you sound like my other friend. She chooses violence every fucking day. Every minute of the day, she chooses violence. She be like, no, I'm choosing violence. And she chooses it and does not feel a bit of guilt after. I love it. Okay. Angel says, so every time you see it, then you're reminded of what the fuck you did. I know that's right. AFC South said, I ain't got time for that, honestly, because you're allowing that person to still have power over your emotions. Angel, that's how I see. That's how Angel, that's how Torrin sees it. But you know, emotions are hard to control, AFC. Yesterday, as I was getting my nails done, my nail tech and I was talking about, you know, having men in our lives that have cheated on us, right? And she said she remember when her man cheated. And she rolled up and his car was parked in front of the girl's house he was cheating with. She said, what? A golf club and a car. She go to work. She said she tore his shit the fuck up. Beat his car up, broke the window, slashed the tires, fucked his shit completely up. But he wouldn't come outside. He in the house with the girl, knowing his girlfriend is outside, tearing his car up. And she's like, come outside. He wouldn't come outside though. He ain't come outside to stop her, right? From messing up his car because he knew. So some people do. They wake up and they choose violence every day. And I say this, know who you are dating. Because don't be surprised when your girl chooses violence. You should have known. You knew what you were doing. You knew who you were dating. The fuck? Don't act surprised when your tires get slashed. She didn't just show you that. You knew who you were dating. These men be cracking me up. They be like, this bitch crazy, but you knew that. So why you go ahead and trigger her? The fuck? And then blame her because she crazy. But you chose her. You knew she was fucking crazy. And some people do shit to make motherfuckers crazy. I've never slashed anybody's tires. I've never done anything like that. Right? And my nail tech said, what? You never slashed nobody's tires? You never put sugar in nobody's tank? You never busted nobody's window? I said, no. Because, for the most part, all the relationships I've been in, I can't bust the windows out the car because it be our car. How the fuck I'm going to bust the windows out and it's my car too? I never had a man that had his own. I'm just saying, it be our car. So I can't bust the windows. Bust the windows out your car. Nope, because it was my car too. The fuck? That's probably why I never had that experience. Georgie said, at Protagonist, just be single and let these women know up front you're not into monogamy because there's too much love to be made with everybody than to give it all to one somebody. True. Great advice, Georgie. Great advice, Georgie. Protagonist, because you already admitting that you're going to cheat when you get into another relationship. So instead of even bothering, just stay single and just say you're not for monogamy. That's it. People accept that. There's a population of people that deal with that. Angel said, my sun, Venus and Mars are in Aries and my first house, the goddess of war. I don't know what any of that means. Is that a good thing? AFC says, silence to me shows I'm working on me and getting over this, not to allow said person to have any control on how I move forward. Hey, Sai Abdullah. Good morning. Sai, I see you've been walking in the park. I love y'all. You've been walking in the park. You had your paint, canvas outside in the yard, just being creative. Spring is coming. I smell it. I smell it. I'll be back outside walking soon, too. I swear I can't wait. AFC said, I'm an Aries, so trust. It wasn't always this way for me, Angel. Yeah, she said heal in hell. Angel said, have you charted your birthday? Your sun is in Aries, but your other planets could be different signs. And that's why you move the way you move. It's fire all through my chart. Oh, damn. I don't know how to do them charts and read them charts. I just know I'm Capricorn and I'm born in January. The fuck? I don't know about the moon and all that. I don't chart things. I just pay attention to the changes I've made and how I've evolved. All right. I love that. Protagonist said, next time I'm cheated on, it won't matter because I'm going to be doing me and lying and denying everything I was accused of. Stop it, Protagonist. You are not going to do that because then you're going to hurt other people. Why would you want to recreate the same trauma that you feel onto somebody else? Right? It's just better to be honest and just tell people you're not into monogamy. Don't put that same trauma on somebody else that you are suffering from, right? This is how we continue to pass trauma down, right? This is why we gotta do better and do some self-healing so that we don't continue to pass the trauma on to the next person because we've been hurt, right? We end up moving in hurt ways and hurt other people and continuing to pass this trauma down. Why? Zen, yes, the butthole. I can't with her. Okay, I can't. Okay. Angel said, I'm going to push your grandmama down some stairs. Fuck that. Wait a minute. Not the grandmama, but listen, baby. It's war, right? We choosing violence. We supposed to be healing, y'all. We're not supposed to be all here pushing grandmamas down the stairs, but the fuck? Just saying. AFC South said, if I paid attention to charts, Angel, then I wouldn't have married my wife, who is also an Aries, and we are born 2 days apart, actually. Protagonist said, last girl put hands on me when I didn't cheat. Please believe I'll earn them next time. Wait a minute. So the next time you get slapped up by a girl, you're going to be like, yep, I deserve all of these slaps. That's what you're saying? I can't protagonist. I am so dead right now. All right. I'm so fucking dead, y'all. Angel said at AFC South, that's your sun signs. If your Mercury and Venus are compatible, then two Aries suns make a great couple. Aries are mean. I don't give a fuck. That's what I know about them. The fuck. My son's birthday is March 26th. Same as AFC's wife. He mean. Yes, I see you doing it. I love it. All right, when the weather get warm, I'll join you a few times. You know, I love to walk. AFC said, tell that to the many who've given us crazy looks when we both say we are Aries. Mm-hmm. Angel said they just don't know anything more about astrology besides the horoscope in the newspaper. And that's true, me. I admit that. Yep, I remember the newspaper and the horoscope and reading the funnies, the comic section. On Sunday, I couldn't wait because the Sunday paper, the comic section was colorful. Okay? Yep, me too, Angel. Me too. I was running to get the paper too, but I was running for the comics. Georgie said, Angel got me in here laying in bed with my hands over my mouth trying to hold my laugh in on pushing grandma down the stairs. Girl, just laugh, because the fuck. Y'all ain't got no damn sense on here today. Protagonist said, women be so traumatized looking for men to cheat. My next girl gonna get what y'all all keep looking for. Y'all, wait a minute. I feel attacked. Y'all, I don't be looking for y'all. I don't look for my man to cheat. The fuck? I don't check phones. I don't do none of that shit. Okay? I don't look for my man to cheat. Now, if something happened in my face, bam, boom, in my face, then I'll bring it up. But I don't look for my man to cheat. Okay? The fuck? Your average logical thinker said, I dated a guy that Scorpio. He tried his best to be all the traits of a Scorpio. Fake ass. Oh my God. He tried to be mean. He tried to be badass. What he tried to do? Wait, George, you said Will is sleep next to you. This is too much. Oh, so you can't laugh out loud because he's sleeping. I love y'all. Well, anyway, y'all, you know, I got to move towards closing out the show because I got a lot of work to do today, you know. But Johnny said, don't cheat on me, period. Ooh, the fuck? Angel said, I know I have a mean streak, but my moon is in Pisces, so I'm sensitive too. I'm a crying ass gangster that's never been in a fight. I'm dead. Pisces are gangster. My ex was Pisces. He was mean as fuck. I don't know. They mean too. Pisces are mean too and sensitive. Like y'all be mean and sensitive at the same fucking time. Oh, your average logical thinker. I know. But you know, I got to work. I got to do my 9 to 5. And I got a lot of work to do today, y'all, in my stomach. Because I did it again, y'all. I keep saying I'm not going to drink like more than 2 drinks because my stomach, as I get older, is not handling the liquor well. And last night I had about 3, just vibing to the music, maybe 4. Vibing to the music, you know, just chilling, you know, not bad, you know, throughout the night while I was cooking and shit. You know, I cooked Sunday dinner and I was sipping, baby. I woke up. I don't know when I went to bed, when I fell asleep. I don't know shit, y'all. I woke up this morning and my stomach was like, bitch, you done did something last night. I can't drink like that no more, y'all. It's terrible. It really is terrible. Wait, protagonist said y'all really believe in horoscopes? Y'all in space racists? You know, I just know I'm a Capricorn. I don't know how the moons and the houses and all of that works. But listen, I don't knock people for believing in it, right? The same way people believe in meditation, same way people believe in the gems, the gems having energy. Actually, that powers you up. I have a lot of gems around the house. So maybe that's why my vibe is always good. I don't know. People burn candles for religious purposes, right? People believe in what they want to believe in. I'm not knocking anybody. Believe what you want to believe, right? Because somebody had me believe in shit, all these stories in the Bible. I mean, not that I don't believe, right? But, don't have people convince you to believe something. You research your own shit and you enjoy what the fuck you enjoy. If you believe in horoscopes, then go for it. The fuck. Oh, you're a December cap. I'm January 5th. Okay, but caps are the best, your average logical thinker. We end the year and we start the year. Fuck with that. I don't know nothing about where the moons are in the houses. But I know we end the year and we start the year. All right. Oh, so bless you saw my video. Yes, I did a video of me cooking Sunday dinner and sipping my drink. I was in the mood yesterday. I get in those moods, all right? But you know what? I got to go, y'all. So I'm out. But you know what? Some reminders, some things I want to call out. I don't see Valerie on here, but I did reach out to the travel agent to make sure that everyone's deposits are being are received and being transacted on. And so, the summer soiree is August 10th through August 15th. That is the summer soiree. That is the trip to Cancun. So if you're not onboarded onto that trip, the link is in my bio. Click it. If you want the QR code, then you could just scan your phone on the screen. For those that are watching me on YouTube and Facebook, you can scan your code on hold your phone up to the screen and go to my link tree and select the Cancun link, right? That will give you all the information of the trip. All right. So that is our summer soiree. But you know me, I got to plan a quick spring fling, right? Where we have a day out in the city. So give me some time. I'm hoping to try to do that end of May. Well, end of May, beginning of June. We got to hit it before summer because we're calling it spring fling. And we already have a summer activity in August. And so spring fling will be us meeting in the city. Right. We'll have a series of events that we're doing. Right. We'll go to some of these buildings, these observation decks. We'll have a great time taking pictures, spring flinging. Right. Getting something to eat, just enjoying New York City for the day. All right. So that will be in May or the beginning of June. So anybody that's interested in the spring fling that lives here locally, let's just meet up. Have a great time, right? Keep the energy going. All right. All right. More to come on that. Yes, we will be doing walking. What did you make Sunday? I made a pot roast, a small one, because it's just me. I made a small, and I cooked for my boo. I made a small pot roast and I made a Cornish hen where I butterflied it or split it, seared it with some onions, rosemary, and all that shit, and then put it in the oven and roasted it. So I had the Cornish hen, I had the pot roast, I had macaroni and cheese, I had sauteed kale with onions and mushrooms, and I also had sauteed broccoli, right? And yeah, so that's what I made yesterday for dinner. All right. That's what I made for dinner. Sai, oh, you're thinking of hosting a spring fling too? Okay, cool. Cool. That's good. Yeah, the spring fling is this is the one side that I was saying that I wanted some really cute shoes for the spring fling. And so I got to put it together. I'm going to look up some activities in New York and see what we could do in New York. There's a couple of buildings that are great sightseer buildings for us to go to and enjoy. And, let's just do a Sex and the City day. What the fuck? Let's be Jessica Parker and crew for the day. With fellas, of course, if fellas can make it. All right. He banging and slanging. He is. Yes, Angel, and you should come. All right, you should come to the New York Spring Fling. All right, so more to come on that. Again, guys, link in my bio. for the Cancun trip. I will also be announcing Coffee with Friends After Dark. I don't know when I'm going to do it yet. I have a lot of stuff going on. I just got a big order from the barbershop. Well, I didn't just get it. He told me like 2 weeks ago he needed a bunch of stuff, so I have to order a bunch of supplies and shit and get busy with that business. I have a lot of stuff going on, y'all, but be patient with me, right? Spring Fling details to follow. And with that, y'all, I love y'all. I want to say have a good day. I'm going to send y'all out on some positive vibes, all right? And tell y'all to continue to love up on yourselves and each other, right? And no matter how low you feel,
even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am Bored to Evo. I'm bumping down, but never to hell, y'all. Peace. Enjoy Monday. Hey. What?
I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Hey.
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief.
Hey.
They see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
Hey.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Go.